I don't disagree with what Odette's saying, but the issue is we live in a community, in the Greater Toronto area, we're plus 4 million people. It's the economy is up and down, there's a lot of stress, society is angry, there are a lot of issues. And unfortunately, as you grow as a society, the pressures and stress and fractures that are created at that time, within that, you're going to have people who are not nice people.
Right.
People who do bad things. Things happen. It's very unfortunate. This is what goes on. The problem is the criminal justice system, like what went on in the legislature today, it's just too convenient to yell at the Attorney General and say, you know, you failed us in 2006 when this, I mean, it is such an opportunistic moment. And we need principled, thoughtful debate and discussion that is not just a byline in a paper. You know, to the credit of the federal government, they've been active with criminal law legislation. There's a lot of legislation coming down the pipe. The provincial government have been active. The mayor is active. It's not as if people are ignoring this. But it is a multi-pronged approach. We need to look at larger infrastructure, greater issues in order to try and deal with these people in our society.
But the problem is, and you can call it knee-jerk if you want, the problem is that when you see something like this happen over the weekend and you immediately go to the offender or the alleged offender's record and you went, oh my goodness, this guy did time in prison. He comes out. He's described by police. They know right away. Extremely dangerous. So they know all about him. Yeah. So they know that an individual, as allegedly dangerous as he is out there. He's got a lifetime ban with respect to weapons. That's about, as somebody say, worth about this a piece of paper. We know that, right? It's the same as restraining orders, right? We understand that. That's where the focus is going to be. Nobody's going to take away from the multi-pronged approach. But today, as the city mourns again an innocent victim who dies, they go, well, wait a minute. What are we going to do about what happened, why this guy was out on the street?
Let's do two things to have this discussion. One, this individual who's sought, I don't think we should talk at length about the background, because if he's apprehended, he's going to have some sort of a court proceeding, if not a trial, and it doesn't do justice to the victim to ruin that proceeding. So I think we should leave it out and speak hypothetically. Next, I think what we have to look at is, do we look at the justice system to incapacitate? Is that the only thing we're interested in? In other words, are we going to intern people indefinitely because they are violent? And the police are saying he's violent. I understand that.
No, of course.
I know one entry on that record. I don't know what else is there. What's an appropriate sentence? 8 years, 10 years, 15 years, 25 years? What's an appropriate sentence? We have to determine that, but not now. We don't have to sit, we can't sit down on impulse when we're upset, when we're emotional, when we're angry, when we're hurt about this, and say a guy like this should get a 25-year sentence. He should never hit the streets, because that's not the answer. No. The United States has sentences that I can't even calculate.
Yeah,
it goes into the hundreds.
They're so long.
And their rate of crime is exceptionally high. And thank God in Canada, we don't have these rates, in spite of having